Any questions? What?
You have to be French. You work on the scanner here. So Rachel's the alternate. Yes.
Was it a question?
It's okay.
That's too fast. He's a rookie. Any questions?
Hey, I have, I guess I have doubts in terms of my...
Speak closer to the
Sorry.
mic.
I have doubts in terms of my being infinite, I don't know, infinite consciousness. You know, if I am infinite consciousness and all of this manifest world is arising in me, you know, I mean, I'd like a cheesecake, and I feel like I should be able to manifest, like one should just kind of show up. I mean, if I were infinite, and I mean, there's nothing.
You, as when you say I should be able to manifest, as what? What do you mean by I in that case?
Well,
Don't you mean something separate?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's just a part of my mind that's like, prove it. That just is...
You know, but the problem is that you in your question you implicitly assume that you, I, were a separate entity. I never said that a separate entity manifests this universe. I'd rather say that this universe manifests this separate entity.
Yeah, so I guess where does that... I mean, I guess how do I know if I'm acting from universal?
It all hinges upon what the meaning of I is. If I means this body, then this body doesn't manifest anything. This body is manifested. So that's the end of the problem, right? Now, if I means whatever it is which is hearing these words right now, that's a different story. If I means the reality which is hearing these words, the ultimate reality which is hearing these words, the hearer in chief. You know, we know that there is some element of reality in hearing, right? That we are, even if what we hear is just dreamlike, the hearing itself, the perceiving, is real. We know that. So there is a reality doing the perceiving. Let's start from the other end. Let's start, instead of starting from the consciousness or perceiver end, let's start from the reality end. What Advaita means is very simple. It just means there is only one reality. That's all. If, when we are in ignorance, we believe that there are more than one reality. We believe, for instance, that there is that which is being heard and that which hears, and that these are two different realities. Why? Because we believe that that which hears at some point dies. But that which is perceived, the universe doesn't, right? So if one dies, if the other one doesn't, it means they are not the same, right? So we believe implicitly that there are two realities. Which begs the question, if there are two realities, how come they interact? You know, that's puzzling, that two separate realities, each being a reality on its own. What does it mean to be a reality on its own? It means to be independent from the other reality, right? How could they possibly interact in the act of perception? If they interact, the seer and the seen, if they interact, doesn't it mean that they are both part of a bigger reality that encompasses both, right? Then, if that is the case, none of those is its own ultimate reality, right? That which is the ultimate reality is this reality that encompasses both.
So,
no, bear with me. No, but I would like you to follow step by step. You see, you have not digested what I had just said. That if these two realities interact, the perceiver and the perceived, in the act of perception, if I perceive the flower, the consciousness that perceives the flower and the flower which is perceived, which belongs to the world, are interacting, right? No? There is a communication going on between whatever is perceived and whatever perceives, right? If they are interacting, it means that they are both part of a bigger reality, right? But this bigger reality then is the ultimate reality of both. You see? So then, since this bigger reality that encompasses both is the ultimate reality of the perceiver, this ultimate reality is the ultimate perceiver. Therefore, this ultimate reality is the perceiver in chief, is the real perceiver. You know, we are interested in the real perceiver, not the perceiver by proxy, right? We are interested in that which truly perceives. As it turns out, and that's very simple, it is the universe, or the totality, that perceives itself. It makes sense. That's simple. It's very simple. Only one reality. It's called monism. Monism, only one. You know, like a monk, only one. Monos, only one. Monism. Now, one day I was reading some papers, philosophy papers by Stanford University about monism. And there were 6 or 7 different types of monisms. I mean, can you be more stupid than that? You know, it's monism, stupid, it's monism. Only one monism. Everything is one. They can. So that's the armchair philosopher here that says there is only one monism, right? But it's not complicated enough for the Stanford academic philosophers.
I don't know, maybe it's...
We believe to be something else than that which truly perceives. That's a problem. But deep inside, we know that we are the one who truly perceives.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. So what am I?
Yeah. You are the ultimate reality that perceives. You are the reality that perceives. You are not an element of the chain of perception. You are that which perceives. You are the perceiver in chief. You are the one where the buck stops.
Yeah, and I am perceiving. That's, I mean, I'm completely sure of that.
Yeah.
It's self-evident.
But you believe that that which perceives is not a reality of its own.
It's, yeah, I guess, I mean, what you said is quite clear. And I feel like, you know, it's been mentioned, you've mentioned it more than enough times.
No, but there are 2 types of clarity. One is it is logically clear, it makes logical sense. But that's not enough.
No.
That which is needed is a reality, a clarity that hits you like a 2x4 on the head, you know. That's this type. That we say, oh yeah, that's what he meant. Oh, I was so stupid.
Yeah, that'd be great, and I would love that, and I guess I'm just, I don't know. I sit in my chair and I just wait for the holy 2x4 to come by, and
yes, yes. You have to investigate, and at some point it will hit you.
And the investigation, it's what am I, or
What is it that perceives?
what is it that perceives?
How do I know it is limited? You know, we have to make a distinction between the chain through which perceiving takes place, the chain of instrument. For instance, my perceiving takes place through these glasses. I am not my glasses.
True.
It takes place through my eyes. I'm not my eyes. You see? So we have to make a clear distinction between all these elements of the chain of perception through which perceiving allegedly takes place, and the reality that perceives. And that's where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Because it hinges on the word reality, that the reality that which truly perceives. You know, another way to look at it is that everything is interconnected. And therefore, there are no separate entities. Separate entities are concepts, but they don't exist in nature. You constantly exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide and food and water with your surroundings constantly. You constantly exchange information with your surroundings. The atoms your body is made of are renewed, 99% or more is renewed every year. So what are you? Even as a physical body, even your physical body, that's what I mean. Your physical body is a way this universe locally dances. You see, like if you watching a river, a fast-moving river, and the vortices. You know, they move. They have a seeming independence. So these bodies are vortices in the universe. They move. They have a seeming independence, but they are a way. All these particles are dancing together, just as these water molecules are dancing together in the river. But they are to extract them from the river is an illusion. Can you extract a vortex from the river? No. You know, you try with your hand to catch it. You get nothing, just water. But we believe that we can extract this body from the universe. It's just a mind concept.
Also, and what you say, it rings true. And there's also, I feel like it's not just a concept, but there's also just a feeling in the gut, in the heart, like just like just a feeling of doubt, a feeling of no.
But there is no doubt that the body is apparently separate, like the vortex. But ultimately not. It is not separate from the reality that has created it, that sustains it, in which it moves. It seems to have an independence on its own, but most of the things it does are on automatic pilot. Digestion, circulation, immune system reactions. And one of those organs is the brain. So if everything else is on automatic pilot, you know, the brain is also like the rest, like the liver, or like, it's an organ, right?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.